Hey guys, okay. I had a guy I contacted on Etsy who makes replacement pieces for these dust boots. This is the V2, and it usually has a piece of acrylic in here, and I am constantly breaking it. Like, it doesn't take much, for these legs to move a little bit back and forth, and it hits the bit, and bam, it just shatters because it's acrylic. That's no fault of the acrylic. It's how acrylic is. It just shatters. It's supposed to shatter, I guess. But anyway, he sells for a variety of other dust boots, but not this one. These replacement pieces that are flexible. They're like a flexible vinyl rubber. I forgot. I'll say what the material is here on the screen. I can't remember what it's called. And I'll also have a link to his Etsy shop where he sells these. Now, take it, he does not make the one for this boot. So I contacted him asking, could you possibly make one? He goes, well, I haven't made one for that one yet. And then he did share some concerns because this does require two pieces. One for the little front boot, where the hell did I put? Oh, here it is. The one for the front piece here, and you can see this is the acrylic, and it's a little chewed up because unfortunately it doesn't get touched as much as the other piece, but this one, it got a little chewed up. I might not replace the acrylic. I'll leave the acrylic and put his flexible piece in here, so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to run, I'll just keep running what I do, and I will let you know how this works out. It looks like it should work out. I don't know if it's too flexible where it's going to get, sucked down, because this is upside down. So the vacuum pulls down. I'm hoping that the piece won't get pushed down too much, but we'll see how flexible this stuff is. He gave me a variety of pieces to try. I don't know what they look like. I haven't opened this yet, but I'm going to try and open it up and see what it looks like. I'll pick one of these out and I'll install it, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, here are the three different, wait for the stupid barring to go away. The three different designs he sent me. One with like a larger hole with these like beveled or tapered edges. And I like this one. This is really neat. This one's like it's form fitted in there, so it closes into like a smaller hole. And then this one's a real small one, which I guess maybe I could try that one now since I'm using a very small bit right now. But this I might not use all the time because I usually use like sometimes, well, I don't know, I guess I'm always using bits that would fit in that if you think about it. But this would be better for like a surfacing bit or a bowl bit. That'd be nice. And then I have an extra piece here. Now all of these, they're like really thin here, but then along the edges they're thicker, I guess, so they're a little more rigid like that. And this one, it actually has little thick ridge pieces here to give it some more rigidity so it doesn't bow in so much. And they all have features like that make them a little more rigid towards these edges. This one has rigid pieces that go right out almost to the middle there. So it's really neat work this guy does. Very cool. Beyond my capabilities. I don't have anything to do this, but okay, so I don't know. I think I'm gonna try this one for now, since it's I'm using a 1/4 inch roughing bit right now to cut out some trivets, and I'll see how that works. Alright, well, a bit of user error on my part. I had the boot up too high and the spindle went down, and it actually cut a hole in that stuff, which is great because it didn't break it. It cut a hole in it, which is nice. So now I have a hole that's the exact size of these collet. The collet went and it made a hole on its own, which if that was the acrylic, it would have just shattered and I would have had to buy another piece of acrylic. But so far so good. It looks great. We'll see. Time will tell and see how this works, but so far it's looking good. The vacuum has no effect on it. It's not like drawing it down a lot. There's a little bit of concave to it, but it was like that before the vacuum went on, so that's the shape that it was already. You can see there's a little bit of remnant in there. You can see that. A little bit of left. I'll trim that with a razor later. I'll trim it so it's clean. But so far this is working out really well. Time will tell, of course, you know, in the long run, see what it does, but so far so good. All right, it finished the profile cut I was doing for these little trivets, and unfortunately, like an idiot, because again, I am very forgetful, I had this, it was up high because I had it up high for doing my probing right here with my probing block, and when the probing block, I gotta have this up out of the way, so I had it up, and I started the cut without lowering it back down, and without lowering it back down. So what happened is the collet nut here lowered down through this and made its own size hole, which is fine to me. That's fine. I'll trim this up a little bit later with either a knife or a pair of scissors or something. I'll trim all this loose stuff up, but it's flexible, so it didn't shatter. If this was the acrylic and that happened, which I've done a few times now, it would have just shattered, and I would have been really pissed off, and that would have said some choice words, and I would have been having to buy another piece of acrylic. But anyway, so far so great. You know, this is working out fantastic, I think. I don't care that it's not completely transparent. It doesn't matter, because when I want to film, I take off this front part anyway, and I film like that, you know, so that doesn't matter to me. But also, I didn't replace this. I left this acrylic in here. I figured, why not? I'll leave it here. When this breaks, then I'll put in the rubberized piece that he sent me. He sent me quite a few of them. Also, another thing I should mention, when mounting this, I noticed, you know, there's these parts on here that are like thicker on the edges, and then there's a little ridge here between the thickness. There's like thinner and thicker, you know, for rigidity, I guess, and to hold the screws and everything. I figured I'd put that part up only because the airflow under here, the dust, is gonna go along here, and I don't want that little ridge slowing down the flow of wood chips. I figured maybe it'd be better to have this flat, smooth part down here. I don't know if that's right or not, but that's what I did, and so we'll see. All right, so I think I'll be using these from now on. Looks like a great product. I will post a link to his Etsy shop in the description of this video, and thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you order these. I think they're fantastic. I think he's got a great idea here, and I love it. Take care. Bye.